A very good afternoon to all. Myself, Dr. Sapna, Associate Professor and MBA Course Coordinator, would like to welcome you all for today's webinar. Before I move ahead, I would like to introduce to you our university. D.Y. Patil deemed to be university is UGC recognized, AICTE approved, and NAC re-accredited. We have got 77th ranking by NIRF and 79th ranking by Times of India. D.Y. Patil deemed to be University School of Management is located at Sector 4 CBD, Belapur, Navi Mumbai. We are one of the premium B schools. We provide 100% placement assistance and we have state-of-art infrastructure. In this pandemic, we have conducted more than 15 webinars and many more are ahead. We at D.Y. Patil deemed to be University School of Management have a 3-year BBA course, admission for which is open. We have a 2-year MBA course, which is divided into core and niche sectoral programs, admission for which is open. Due to this pandemic, we are providing provisional admissions to the students. So whoever wishes to get in touch with us can contact us and our team. Now I would like to introduce to you Professor Dr. R. Gopal, who's a director and HOD and ex-dean of D.Y. Patil deemed to be University School of Management. He is also a board member of Ajinkya D.Y. Patil University. He has more than 27 years of corporate experience, both in India and in European countries. He also has more than 25 years of teaching experience as a visiting faculty to several B schools in Mumbai and the areas of marketing, market research, direct marketing, and strategic management. He has also conducted several programs in USA on topics of like how to do business in India, competitive scenario in India, etc. He has published more than 100 research papers, both in India and in foreign journals. His paper has been awarded the best outstanding research paper at Asia Pacific Marketing Conference held in Malaysia. He is a guide to MPhil and PhD students of several universities in India. More than 50 research scholars and more than 45 students have received their PhD and MPhil degree respectively under his guidance. In addition to it, he is also an external examiner to several universities for their PhD and MPhil students. He has written many books, to name a few, several books on management which have been highly received by the students and corporate community. Some of the titles are Marketing Strategic Applications, Case Studies in Business and Industry Management, Indian Context, Research Methodology, etc. He himself was also a convener, chairman to several research conferences and also a member of selection panel for several faculty, including director positions for various B schools. He is very well conversant with the rules and regulations of UGC, MHRD and AICTE and has contributed to the plans of these organizations. Professor Dr. R. Gopal is a recipient of many awards. To name a few, he has received a Rashtriya Vidya Saraswati Puraskar awarded by the International Institute of Education and Management and Rashtriya Vikas Ratna Award awarded by Economic Growth Society of India and the Glory of India awarded by the Indo-British Society in London. He has also been awarded as a best teacher by Higher Education Forum. His motto is to transform every student into an achiever so that every student creates his own success story. I welcome you, Professor Dr. R. Gopal. Now I would like to introduce to you Dr. Vani Kamath. She is currently the Dean of School of Management. She is a business management graduate and a postgraduate from Bangalore University. She has completed her PhD in finance. She has more than 35 research papers published in national and international journals of high repute. She has been awarded with Best Teacher by Higher Education Forum on the occasion of Teachers' Day. She was also the Board of Studies member of Mumbai University affiliated colleges. I welcome you, Dr. Vani ma'am. Now I would like to introduce to you Dr. Pradeep Manjurekar, who is a senior socialist activist and a former senior scientist and senior university professor, and a former dean of D.Y. Patil deemed to be University School of Management. He has more than 27 years of teaching experience and more than 32 years of academic and industry experience. And he also has a quality industry experience of 25 years. He was also an ex-special executive officer nominated by Maharashtra government. He was a senior university professor for more than 12 years in the university accredited in May. He was an ex-entrepreneur, ex-proprietor of Mumbai-based sales and distribution of specialty chemicals entity. He is a senior fellow from the National Center of Quality Management and also a fellow in Chemical Society, fellow in Catalyst Society of India, and fellow in Asia Pacific Management Consultants. He's been associated with several industry bodies and several national and international recognitions. He has received many awards, to name a few. In 2012, he was being awarded by the Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation as an outstanding contribution in higher education. Recently, in 2019-20 onwards, his recognition was as the best professor in innovation and entrepreneurship, presented at Hyderabad, Telangana by reputed bodies of Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Outstanding leader in higher education industry, presented separately at Delhi and Goa by reputed international bodies of Delhi and Goa. He is also an editor and author to 12 of national and international research proceedings by reputed publishers. He is also an author to various textbooks on management sciences by reputed publishers. He has written more than 500 research papers, both in management sciences and pharma sciences, published in reputed national and international journals, including Scopus Index journals, Impact Factor journals, etc. I welcome you, Dr. Manjrekar, sir. We have with us our students as well, who are from different batches. Mr. Saptarishi Majumdar, Ms. Ronika, and Mr. Fahad, who will be discussing various aspects of what their experience was on BB. I welcome you all. Now I would request Professor Dr. R. Gopal to address the participants.
Am I now audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Vani, Sapna, Manjrekar, Saptarishi, Raunika, Rashmi, Prajakta, Alpha, and all the other panel members. We at D.Y. Patil University School of Management believe that it is necessary that during this pandemic time, we should allow and we should disseminate knowledge so that people understand the various nuances of management and people are very clear on what they want to do. With this objective in mind, we started this series called as the Leadership Series. And in this leadership series, we have done more than 15 to 16 webinars on various topics which are of great interest to a lot of people. Some of the topics on which we did are finance or non-finance. We did on skill sets requirement post-COVID for career enhancement, personal branding, communication skills, global opportunities post-COVID, transforming your career through an MBA. We did a webinar on the Indian economy, post-COVID and its implications on the various sectors. One of the interesting webinars was also on challenges, issues and challenges for companies which are invested in China and wanting to move out and come to India, and so on and so forth. We have received all these webinars that we presented. We received a lot of feedback, and a lot of positive feedback from the students and from the participants. And some of the topics on which we did was actually told to us and requested by some of the participants itself. Many parents spoke to us and they said, "Sir, after 12th, what do we do? We are a little bit confused." And that was one of the reasons why we said, let's take up this program on after 12th BBA. And I'm glad to inform you that we received about 300 registrations for this particular program. And I would request all of you all to kindly put your questions on the chat box which is there. Number one, listen carefully to what Dr. Manjrekar is saying. Listen carefully to what the students, our alumni and present students are saying. Give your questions, and I promise you that our moderators will ensure that each and every question of yours is answered. So with this, I once again welcome all of you all, and let me use this opportunity to present a bouquet of flowers to all the panel members. And this is going to be a virtual bouquet of flowers. And since we are in this pandemic period, we need to boost our immunity. And my late granny and my late mother had always told me that Tulsi plant is one of the best immunity provider, and therefore I would like to give you all a bouquet of Tulsi plant when I meet you all again when the college reopens. Thank you, children, and thank you, and God bless all of you all. Sapna, thank you very much, and I think you should take over now.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, I would request Dr. Vani Kamath, Dean of D.Y. Patil Deemed to be University School of Management, to address the participants.
Yeah, thank you, Sapna. Very good afternoon to all the students who are present here, the parents who are present here, and our alumni and the students from D.Y. Patil University School of Management. On behalf of D.Y. Patil University School of Management, I would like to welcome each one of you for the webinar. Some days back, the result of 12th and CBSE results were out, and HSC results were also out. So after the results were out, we came to know that many of the students are confused as to which career they need to go for, and what is the option which is available for them after 12th. So we thought of having a webinar wherein we clear all the doubts, and we also tell them what are the various things which will come to their mind after 12th, and what are the various career options which are available to them, so that it will help them in choosing the right career option for them. So we have designed this program or this webinar basically for those students or those parents who are confused as to which career you should be choosing, irrespective of what is the percentage of mark which you have already got. Right. So we have with us Dr. Pradeep Manjrekar today, who is a professor at D.Y. Patil University School of Management, and he is with us for the last 14 years, and he has a very good experience in conducting various career sessions for the students. So we thought of organizing this webinar for the benefit of all the students and the parents. And apart from this, we also thought of inviting our own students here who are pursuing their BBA, and also our alumni who have also already pursued the BBA, and what are they doing now, and how successful they are, and it is better to hear it from their own words. So that is the reason why we have invited our alumni and also our current students too. So you can clear all your doubts today, and if there is any confusion or anything, you can always put the questions in the chat box. And by the end of today's session, I promise all of you that all your queries and all your questions will be answered. Yeah. With this, I would like Dr. Pradeep Manjrekar sir to take it ahead, sir. Yeah, I'll share your screen, sir. Is the screen visible? Okay. Yeah, Manjrekar sir, it's all yours. Sir, unmute yourself, sir. Unmute yourself, sir.
Mute, can you?
Yes, sir.
Unmute. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. A very, very good evening to all the participants who are present today. My best wishes to all the students who have passed their 12th standard recently in the various boards which are there in Navi Mumbai as well as elsewhere. I think many of you will be very, very interested in this webinar, which is about an exciting career option, that is BBA. I wish to thank Dr. R. Gopal for giving me this opportunity for this webinar. I also thank all the faculties, non-teaching and non-teaching staff of DYPU-SM. I will be focusing on BBA. What is this BBA? One of the most exciting careers after the 12th standard, and also a very, very exciting for career opportunities after MBA. I will start with my first slide, which is what is BBA. BBA full form is Bachelor of Business Administration, is a sort of degree among 12th standard students, and it is a study of how a business is managed. The popularity of this degree has been growing exponentially during the last decade in all the parts of the world. While traditionally BBA was limited to a few subjects, there are a lot of people who will study business as they enter the job sector, and it is important that they understand the modus operandi for entering the jobs for the first time. Yeah, next slide, please. Next slide. No, this is the first slide. Yeah, the various functions or various modules within the BBA are marketing, finance, operation, information technology, hospitality, foreign trade, human resources, etc. Next slide. A 3-year Bachelor of Business Administration course helps to build a foundation in core business disciplines. One gets to look at different functional domains of business. BBA from a recognized and recommended institution helps students get specialized in business insights and real-world business skills. After BBA, one can do a master's program like MBA. Business administration is the administration of a business, and it also includes all aspects of overseeing and supervising business operations. Next slide, madam. Next slide is, I think maybe all of you here want to become managers in their careers. If that is there, then BBA is simply your cup of tea. It is a multidisciplinary course offering modules in different trades, that is marketing, finance, international business, and human resource management. This professional course inculcates you with immense knowledge about the all-round business. BBA is a 3-year undergraduate program in the field of business management. The course curriculum offers training and knowledge that help students have managerial and administrative roles in various sectors, including marketing, finance, and sales. BBA ensures that the students graduate with a valuable industry-relevant degree during the 6th semester. Private sector jobs after BBA. The private sector jobs after BBA, some of the industries where a BBA can work are as follows: advertising, aviation, banking, consultancy, digital marketing, entertainment, finance, information technology, insurance, media, offline marketing, and manufacturing. Next slide, please. Next slide.
Yes, sir.
Government jobs after BBA. Though the salary package of management professionals in the government sector is not as high as compared to private sector, however, in the government sector, there is the minimum work pressure, job security, and stability. Many government-run accountancy and financial institutions are always in lookout for young BBA graduate. If you are a BBA graduate who is good at analyzing key issues, planning and managing resources, and data crunching, then you will have a bright future in government sector. The BBA syllabus. The BBA syllabus broadly consists of subjects like business organization, business communication, fundamentals of accounting, business mathematics, management concepts and practices, managerial economics, management accounting, business environment, business statistics, marketing management, etc. Next slide. The future scope of BBA degree. The Bachelor of BBA degree is considered by many as the degree of the future. It is a professional degree that is rising in popularity amongst the students who want to make a career in management right after their 12th standard. Beyond just education, the BBA degree has a lot of scope when it comes to careers. This is one of the few degrees where students can get high-paying jobs in management and administration right after graduation. The country has got many new companies which are coming up. Not all companies can afford highly experienced MBA managers, so these companies give opportunities to BBA people. Many students are also foregoing the trend of joining disciplines like science, commerce, and arts. They are joining specialized disciplines like BBA, which are directly aimed at careers they want. Today, the students tend to know what education and careers they want to take right from the start, and this is one of the reasons why the future scope of the BBA degree is very bright. Next, madam. Future scope of BBA degree in India. India has one of the largest student population in the world. Therefore, education is always a hot topic in the country. Currently, the BBA degree is gaining momentum among students. There was a time when only few private colleges were offering this degree. Therefore, now it has become more accessible, and company also actively look for BBA graduates and offer them a good salary and benefits. Next slide. BBA is a professional qualification. Here are some of the professional aspects of BBA. 1. The course has been designed by industry professionals who come from high-ranking positions and have studied from the best university. The BBA course is regularly updated to incorporate the latest in the business world. You get to choose the specialization early on in which you are most likely to study further or pursue your career. Your chances of getting a job right after graduation are a lot higher as compared to other degrees. Next slide. Next slide. BBA is a strong base for postgraduate studies. After a BBA, many students opt for MBA, MMS, and other such management postgraduate courses. Thanks to the previous done MBA, you will excel in these courses, and here are some reasons why. The BBA course lays a strong foundation in management studies. You learn about the fundamentals that you will study in depth in post-graduation. During your BBA, you will also get to choose a specialization that you can pursue and make a career in that specialization. You grasp the concept much faster than other students who come from other backgrounds. 3 years in BBA, 3 years in graduation, and a further 2 to 3 years in post-graduation will make you an expert in the subject of management. Next slide. BBA, on-trained education. It is important that the course you do is on-trained and incorporates all the latest development. This is the advantage of a BBA. It is one of the most advanced bachelor's degree, and its importance is only growing. Other reasons why this subject is trendy, because BBA course is like a precursor to management studies, and hence it is updated regularly to incorporate major developments in the business world. BBA also, students are opting for this course over others, as one can trust their judgment as they choose courses that will make their careers. Next slide. BBA, career opportunities. The BBA, the career opportunities the BBA degree obtains is one of the reasons why students are pursuing it. And the parents are also happy with their choices. This degree leads to a greater career in management or administration. Management is required in all industry, so you have a wide range of choices when it comes to choosing a career. Though you may not immediately start as a manager or administrator with a BBA degree, you will be in a position that lead to these roles. In the degree, you are also taught to negotiate for a good salary. So whatever position you will be able to secure a good salary. BBA also opens the doors for you to have careers abroad. If you have dreamt of working overseas, you can choose international business as your specialization and be poised to work abroad and earn big. Next. BBA key takeaway. BBA is one of the best courses to do after 12th. It will put you on the correct path towards the right career and financial success. It will also improve you as a person, making you smarter and more confident. Not many undergraduate courses out there can do that for you. So choose to do a BBA and be ready to have a fantastic learning experience and career. Doing MBA course in the right college is just as important as anything else. To know more about our BBA course and what it can do for your career, get in touch with our counselors at the earliest. They will guide you well. D.Y. Patil, deemed to be University School of Management, is one of the best BBA college in Navi Mumbai. Next slide. Thank you. Yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you for the interest you have shown in this small presentation of mine. If you have got any questions, queries, you can put it on the box so that the concern can answer all your questions and queries. Thank you. Have a very, very good day.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Pradeep Manjrekar sir. So we will be taking all the questions in the end. So now we will have a proper interaction with the students who have done BBA with us, and we will ask them to share their experience. So I would request all our students to turn on their videos, please. Ronika, Saptarshi, Fahad. Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. So now, just a minute. Yeah. So let me ask certain questions to you. First, I'll ask Ronika. She is a student who was there with us 5 years back. So she is currently doing her MBA second year, and she was LR when she was studying with us. She was the LR, that is ladies representative of BBA. So Ronika, let me just ask you, after completion of your 12th, what made you to choose BBA, and what was the stream that you had chosen in your 12th?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Hello, everyone. So firstly, addressing to your first question, my stream for 12th till 12th was science. I was aiming to do my engineering. However, I always wanted to get into the field of management. And due to XYZ reasons, I could not complete my engineering. I could not crack the exams. So then I thought, let's get back to square one. Let's get back where it started. Follow your dreams, follow your passion. So I got into looking for management fields. So then I found two options, BBA and BMS. So I also wanted to move out of India. I researched more into what are the possibilities, what is the detail of the course structure. I looked for all of that. And then I eventually found out that BMS was just limited to Mumbai University. And no one out of Mumbai even knew about BMS. So then I thought that yes, BBA is the best option to choose for. And by default, DY Patil is a brand name. We as kids were also grown up watching IPLs at DY Patil Stadium. We knew about DY Patil Stadium. And later on, when I searched about DY Patil, I had my friends out there. So I realized how DY Patil could be a good option for my BBA. So that's how I landed at DY.
Okay. So we have Fahad with us. He is also our alumni. And I would like to ask the same question to you, Fahad. So what was the stream that you had taken in your 12th? Up to 12th, what was your stream? Was it arts, commerce or science?
Actually, I was a commerce student, ma'am. And then I always wanted to pursue like MBA in marketing. So, जैसे Ronika said, she had two options, BMS and BBA. So then I compared BMS and BBA. I found that BBA had an upper hand. And then in Navi Mumbai, DY Patil University was the only university providing BBA. And then I also compared the syllabus and all, and I came to know that DY Patil University provided more like practical experience in these 3 years. Then in these 3 years, like I got many opportunities. I got opportunity to work for FIFA Under-17 World Cup. Then I also worked for various concerts that our university hosted. Then the faculty have a practical experience in this field. They provide a hands-on knowledge to us. So basically, and then as BBA was only being provided by DY Patil University, so I choose DY Patil as my college for BBA.
Okay. Thank you, Fahad. We have one more student of ours, Saptarshi. He is currently pursuing BBA from DY Patil University, and he is in the second year. He will be going to the third year now. So Saptarshi, what was your stream in 12th, and what made you to choose BBA?
Okay. Hi, ma'am. Hi, sir. So basically, I'm from a commerce background, and being from a commerce background.
Saptarshi, before you talk, I just want to give a briefing. Guys, let me tell you, Saptarshi is tending to become an expert in digital marketing. And I must tell you one more thing about him. He's trying to become an entrepreneur by himself. And to that extent, all the 15, 16 webinars that we have had so far, he was the master behind the technical help that he used to give us. And I think the School of Management has helped him also in developing the skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you can, with this background, I would request Saptarshi to kindly say a few words and answer the question which Vani has asked.
Yeah, so coming back to the same thing, I'm from a commerce background, and usually the commerce students have only 2 or 3 options mainly. Like for example, BCom, BBA, and BMS. So BMS is something which is mainly offered by the Mumbai University colleges, and BBA is offered by the private colleges. So I really wanted to pursue BBA because I actually went through the whole curriculum of BBA and BMS. And the stuff which BBA mainly offers the core subjects, and BMS is more or less focusing on the logical part. So I wanted to pursue the core subjects, and BBA was offered by DY Patil University. I just checked that, and DY Patil obviously is a very big brand, like not just because of the stadium and all those things, from the education perspective as well. DY Patil University, as you all know, is ranked amongst the top 3% universities in India. So it actually counts a lot. So I decided to pursue my BBA in DY Patil University, and yeah, I must say the faculties in DY are phenomenal. The education, the quality which they offer is extraordinary, because they actually don't just teach the bookish stuff. They are actually focusing on the industrial experience as well, which actually count in the future as well. So they actually have a set of committees, like a lot of committees like ESL, cultural, sports, so many committees. These help in the overall development of the student in all sorts of aspects. So all in all, I would like to say that DY Patil has provided me a platform to improve my skills, and has given me the platform to express my my talents. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Saptarshi. Juneja, some days back, you gave a call to me and you said, ma'am, one of the research paper which was published by you is a topic of MBA in our college. So how did that research paper help you in pursuing your career for the MBA?
Okay, so I felt really proud when I saw Dr. Vani ma'am's and Dr. Pradeep sir's name on that research paper. I was just flaunting around my friends. It was a study about the hotel industries in India. I've read many research papers by Gopal sir as well, even during my BBA, during a final year when we were doing our research project. Dr. Gopal sir's research papers which were in our library helped me a lot. And D.Y. Patil has given me so many things to take away to, to apply into my current MBA that it still gives me a competitive edge. Back then when I graduated 2 years back, I was offered a job of 5 lakhs being a total fresher, which generally other undergraduates don't get. So all the experience which I've gained through D.Y. Patil, all the life projects, the internship opportunities which were given to me, the conferences which I organized, the networking which I did throughout all these 3 years did help me to gain a competitive advantage. Also, you might not be aware, I also got offered a scholarship of 50% for my PGDM course as well in the college which I currently am. That was totally based on the profile which I had, and 90% of the profile was something which I got from the opportunities given to me by DYPUSM. So that's the reason I'm always proud to say that I am an alumni of D.Y. Patil. D.Y. has actually helped me to be a good professional business person.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ronika. I'm also very proud to announce you that our student Saptarshi's 2 research papers have been published in international journals, which are Scopus indexed journals. So Saptarshi, can you tell me your journey in writing this paper and how it was possible for you to write the research paper being a student? Because generally it is believed that research papers are written at the professor's level when they are doing PhD and all, right? So you are a student who is studying in a second year BBA. So how you were able to write the research paper to that particular level? Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. So actually, for the research paper thing, I would like to thank the faculties who actually motivated me to write these things. I used to write, most of my research papers are focused on the technology thing. So I used to write these kind of things like this can be made, that can be made. I used to simply write it and just throw it away. So it used to be of no use. So actually one day D.Y. Patil University gave me an opportunity to take part in one of the hackathons organized in Pune, and coincidentally I even won that hackathon for the college. Apart from that, the stuff which I made out there was something like a home automation system kind of thing. So one of the faculty said that if you are so confident with this thing, why don't you write a research paper? So I said, okay, so how do you do it? Because I didn't have any idea about this. So she was the one who actually told me that you can write it in this way, you can follow this format. She actually showed me a set of research papers written by her and by others as well. She said that you can follow this format and write your own. And the faculties actually guided me for this whole process. And eventually I ended up writing my research paper, followed by the second one. And I'm really thankful to the faculties who actually, motivated me, because writing a research paper is not that easy. You need to, as the word says, you need to conduct a proper research. You need to know about the thing. You can't simply write any random stuff. So it's very time consuming, but yeah, at the end, when it gets published in international journals, which is again with the help of the faculties, it feels great. So I'm thankful to DYPUSM and the faculties out there for providing me this opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you, Saptarshi. Ronika, my next question to you is, can you just explain me about the courses which you have studied at BBA? How do we have the courses, electives and other things? So in the first year, how is it? In the second year, how is it? And in the third year, how is it? Can you just put light on that?
Sure, ma'am, sure. So the overall course, the 3 years journey was divided into 6 semesters, 2 semesters each year, and every semester had 6 subjects. So during your first and second year, you had 2 subjects as your elective out of 6, and 4 were compulsory subjects. The compulsory subjects during my first semester, I still remember, were business law, business statistics. We had principles of management and such other subjects. And the way these subjects were taught was really, something very different from which we have studied till date. I remember we had Dr. Sonia Justin teaching us principles of management. And out of 30 lectures which are scheduled for a semester, 15 lectures were focused on activity-based classes. We had team building activities. We had different games through which ma'am had taught us core concepts of management, which I still remember till date. And same goes with business law. Pooja Goyal ma'am taught us that, and our teachers never taught us to ratify or to mug up things. We were always taught how the concept which we are studying today is going to be implied in our jobs in future. So this was one of the best things. And during our third year, we chose our specialization, that was marketing, finance, banking and insurance, and international business. I personally opted for international business. So in our third year also, those fifth and sixth semesters, so last two semesters, we had elective subjects once again. So that time we chose elective subjects which were related to our specialization. For example, being an international business student, I had subjects like import-export documentation, international relations. I had introduction to international business and similar subjects. So those subjects were taught through international business experts. We had a visiting faculty, Professor Abhijit sir. So he had his own set of experience into international business, and he gave us an foreign insight of business, how it is to be done, what are the various models which are being adopted. We were taught using Harvard Business case studies. We did Stanford case studies. So this case study application method too helped us a lot.
Okay, thank you so much. Ronika. Saptakshi, in the second year, you might have internship, summer internship, right? So what was your experience in summer internship, and where did you do your summer internship in the second year? And where are you planning to do in the third year now?
Okay, to be very, very honest, see, college gave us opportunities to either do an internship or have your own startup. So I'm the kind of person who is having a startup. So I started my startup in first year. With one of my college friends, and see, basically we focus on website development, web design, and all those things. So the startup actually started just like a fluke, and it ended with a great response. So the college offered actually gave an option that if you want to do an internship, actually basically the college focuses that how can a student gain the industry experience. If you're having a startup, then also it gets you an experience. If you're getting an internship, then also it gets you an experience. Because as you all know, the portion in DY Patil is, as I already said, is not mainly focused on the books and the bookish knowledge. They make sure that they get knowledge from everywhere, like the main industry knowledge, which is going to help us in the future. So yeah, the startup thing is going pretty good, and let's hope for the best in the future.
Yeah. So how was your experience during the cultural events and sports events, Saptarshi?
The cultural events and the sports event, like the first year when I was in the college, like it was in the year 2018, the cultural events, the Paramount, which is the main cultural event, was extraordinary. We had some extraordinary guests coming in, like I guess some YouTuber was there, and some other lady, I don't remember the name. So obviously some famous personalities, and these guys were invited, and the Paramount was taken to the next level. The events, the dance performances, the games. Yeah, the games were extraordinary. We had games like debate, mock stock, etc., etc. So extraordinary games, and everything was done in such an organized way. And same went on for the 2019 Paramount as well. It was again organized at a very big level, and the guests were also pretty amazing. So, and as far as the sports events are concerned, we have, I guess we have 2 or 3 sports events in our college. The main ones, that is Battleground and Colosseum and all those things. So all of these sports events are conducted as you all know, DY Patil is famous for sports because of the stadium and IPL matches and all those things. So we make sure that all the sports events which happen in our college are up to the mark, like up to that stadium mark. And it's so damn well conducted. You can't even imagine the events the sports events, like I took part in badminton and table tennis. And the way it was conducted, the way it was organized was phenomenal.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Vani,
Yeah.
one line I wanted to add out here.
Yes,
all these cultural programs and the sports programs, okay, are mainly organized by the students themselves. And the faculty is merely a guiding point which tells them what is to be done, what is not to be done, so that the overall ethos and the overall, the characteristics of the D.Y. Patil School culture is maintained. But getting the guests, getting the entire stage organized, getting the instruments to do it, etc., and the budgeting. And if you look at it, my role comes in only for signing the budget. After that, it's basically the faculty who guides the students, and the students who are actually the implementers of this. And that is the beauty of the entire thing, because the opportunity is given to the student to develop oneself completely. And this is the key area, because when you come into a BBA, and at the end of the BBA, you're transformed holistically. And this holistically comes when you develop your own self and you develop your personality in a proper fashion so that you become a success story. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Ronika, next question is to you. How did you enhance your team working approach by participating in all these activities, extracurricular activities?
Saptarishi just made me so nostalgic about all the events going on. So I'll tell with my first event which I organized during my second year. So that was the International Business Conference. Now the name itself suggests international. We had many foreign delegates coming in. And the foreign delegates who were coming in, we had to take care of all of those delegates. We had to take care of our other speakers, the faculties, and it was an inter-college conference. So we had different students from colleges coming up across Mumbai. So taking registrations, managing all of it. I remember we were divided into team. I was given a group of juniors, and I was their team lead. I had to allocate my work to them, and then take reports from them, and then at the end of the day go back to Vivek sir and report how the whole progress is going. So that was a very tedious task, managing such a chaos. I designed the Google Forms. I remember I designed the Google Forms for registration, and I used to get calls day and night about the registrations, the inquiries, how do we pay. So then the juniors were approaching me all the while. So during all of this, I learned to manage work out of my college as well. So when I was at home, even at 9 p.m., I used to handle things. So I learned that working, working is not just fixed during working hours. You have to enjoy your work. You do it at any time of the day. Apart from that, then we had Paramount, we had Colosseum, we had Battleground. During all of this, just like Gopal sir said, everything was run by students. Everything was managed by us. We brought sponsorships. We saw the final gameplay, the final implementation of all our plannings. So managing all of it was a real tedious task. We used to stay till late nights at stadium or at college for decorations, for coordinating with the sound system, coordinating with the logistic guy, with the vendors. So all of this was it seemed very chaotic. But at the end of the day, I learned to handle the chaos. So that still helps me. Also, I remember one more thing. Gopal sir was very open to new ideas. During our third year, we came up with the idea of Rotaract Club. We had this new concept in our college. Previously, we did not have any Rotaract Club. So we came with few students along with the faculty mentor, Dr. Sonia ma'am and Prajakta ma'am. We went to sir, we said that this is an idea, we have Rotary clubs of Navi Mumbai. So they also want D.Y. Patil to be a part of it. And Gopal sir was very encouraging. He's always ready to accept new ideas. So he sat with us. We discussed on the terms and conditions, and then we started our own Rotaract Club of D.Y. Patil. And I was the PR director at Rotaract that club. It was so fun, so much fun to handle. I managed the meetings with all those senior citizens of Rotary Club. I managed events. We had fundraising events. We had a good team of people. It was a different committee at college. So we had a good team of people. We had fun. We had different events. We had, we used to have dinner outings. So all of this was fun. And at the end of the day, it groomed me into a well-organized manager. Today, if you ask me to manage any event, manage any chaos, be it on through an Excel sheet or be it on the field of organizing a whole event, I can do it. So DY Patil has made me practice it all over again in 3 years. So today I can do anything very calmly. I'm very calm as compared to others who freak out in such situations. So DY has helped me a lot in that.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ronika and Saptarshi. Now we will go to the questions which are there in the chat box. So anyone who has any questions related to the course, yes,
Vani just wanted to add one sentence out here. Only one sentence, 20 seconds. That's all. The whole idea of having this sort of a thing is because at the end of the day, the students should not just have a theoretical knowledge or the book knowledge. They should have the application knowledge and they should be able to develop themselves fully. And when you work in a group like this, normally what happens is there's the group dynamics which comes in, where there is an initial maramari. I'll do this, you believe me, you trust me, I do this. And then after some time, the entire group says, okay, let's move forward. And then it settles down and then it builds up your entire team. And these 3 minutes that you have, you start negotiating, you start building up a team, you start developing yourself, you start exhibiting your strengths. And this is what is necessarily important if you really want to build your career. Because if you remember, a couple of days back, we had the skill set requirements in different organizations. And one of the things that the people said was, top people. And one of the things that the people said was that we need guys who are able to work together in a group because individually we don't need to work. An industry or business is always a collection of people together. And that's why we need this. And this is one of the important skill sets which we give to all of which the opportunity is given to all the students of DY Patil. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Sir, I'll go to the questions now. There is one question now by one student. Sir, you like to ask this question? Like, can I answer? Yes, sir. Am I audible? Am I audible, sir?
No, your voice is cracking, Vani. Vani, your voice is cracking. Okay, let me take over. Ronika, this question is to you.
Sir,
And it says, Ronika, this question is to you. As a Rotractor, there is so much of work to do. And how do you manage the extracurricular activities and the academic activities? What did you do to manage that?
Yes, sir. So, hi Bharat. There is this question is actually valid because when I started participating into so many extracurricular activities, the first question which my parents said was, तुम पढ़ाई करने गए हो तो ये सब में क्या टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हो, तुम्हारी पढ़ाई डिस्टर्ब हो जाएगी इससे. But also let me tell you, I was amongst the top 3 rankers across my 3 years of graduation. So one of the reasons for that is the teachers, when they teach you during your lectures, they teach you in such an application based way that you don't need to ratify things before, for your exams. You just have to open your book, go through your concepts, that's it. You can write things on your own because you understand things in first go. Just attend your lectures, and it's when it comes about managing extracurricular activities, yeah, I've managed 3-4 events together at the same time. This is something which we are here to learn about, isn't it? For example, let's consider when you are working after 10 years, when you have your own job to do, you'll be working 9 to 5 in your office, then traveling across the trains in your Mumbai locals, you reach home at 8, all tired, then you have to take care of your personal affairs, you have to take care of your family, maybe your children or maybe your parents. You have to manage all that chaos as well. So this is the stage where you train yourself to handle stress, and that is what I did. I trained myself well during these 3 years. I invited stress that let me be churned well, so that 10 years down the line I won't be stressed out. I hope your question is clear.
There is one more thing, Veronica, you forgot to tell out here. And that is, the program teaches you to do time management.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. We had a
It
subject
teaches you how
of
to do time management, number one. And the second very important thing is D.Y. Patil School of Management, and I can tell you I'm very proud of it as the director of this institute. We have a system called the Learning Management System. And we are one of the very few schools which have introduced this. Now, what is this learning management system? The learning management system helps you to study, to read at any point of the day or night, because all the lectures, all the assignments, all the quizzes are all uploaded on this LMS. And whenever you get the time, so long as you have a network availability, you can go to it, read it, upskill yourself, and that's how you get you do your time management. You don't wait for anybody. You don't wait that I don't have this, I don't have that. You have a network with you. You can immediately start reading and build your educational academic work. Yeah, thank you.
Sir, is that question taken, sir? The difference between BBA and BBM?
BBA?
BBM. I would like to answer that question, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So one of the students has asked the question, the difference between BBM and BBA. See, BBM, the full form of BBM, he is Bachelor of Business Management, and BBA, he is Bachelor of Business Administration. Right? There is no much difference between both of them. Only difference which I can say is that I have done BBM from Mangalore University. So in South, many of the colleges, they've offered BBM. And here in North, or I can say that in Mumbai, we see it in BBA. That is one difference. The other difference is that in case of BBA, private universities can offer BBA, as Manjrekar sir rightly said. And BBM is generally offered by state universities and colleges which are affiliated to state university. That's the only difference. Course-wise, curriculum-wise, everything remains the same. There is no difference in the courses which are taught in BBM and taught in BBA. They are one and the same.
But Vani, when you try to go abroad, BBA is more and more acceptable than BMS or BBM.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes. So there is one more question. There are many students who come out of the college every year. So what is the case of employment level, sir, in that case?
So you want me to answer it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
there are lots of studies which have been done. And even AICT, the body controlling the quality controller of the business schools and other technological schools, have said that more than 60-70% of the students are unemployed. Now, question comes up as to why are they unemployed? If you look at our college today, and I can proudly tell you that every year we have got about 300 corporations or corporates coming to our college and recruiting people. And I've been talking to all of them. And in fact, you'll be surprised when I tell you, even in this pandemic situation, more than 80% of our students who opted for placement are already placed. So when I talk to those HR guys who come to our college, they said, sir, we are looking at three very important factors. And what are they? They said one is technical knowledge. I mean, do you know the fundamentals? What do you mean, do you know the fundamentals? Can you define what is marketing? Full stop. Second, application knowledge. What do you mean by application knowledge? Why does the SURF ad come every now and then? If you look at the SURF ad, it is one in every 5 seconds. Why is it so? Why do people use Shah Rukh Khan? What is the logic behind the sachet, etc., etc.? And the third thing is the holistic development. Now, what do you mean by the holistic development? And what are the weightages? The theoretical knowledge, the weightage given by the corporates is about 20%. The application knowledge or the practical knowledge is 40%. And the holistic development is 40%, which accounts for 100%. So what are we doing at DY Patil? At DY Patil, we have one. At the end of, let me talk about the BBA primarily. At the end of the BBA, in the second year, we have live projects. We have summer internship at the BBA second year and BBA third year, the project, where you are expected to go to the industry and talk to them, understand what's happening. So you get a very practical knowledge of what is happening in the industry, which is also supported by what our faculty teaches you. Number one. Number two, we have a large number of guest lectures. Now, what are these guest lectures? Guest lectures are lectures given to us by the industry people. And when they come to a college, they talk to us about what is happening in their industry, what is happening in their organization on the different aspects of marketing, finance, HR, supply chain, international business, etc. So with this, you understand what is happening there. The third thing that we do is, one, this relates to holistic development. We have started this concept of international visits, and we have gone to countries like Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore. We've gone to London, Dubai, and we visited a large number of industries out there. Minimum 2 to 3 industries we go and visit. And what happens when you go there is, you understand the culture of that organization. You understand the culture and the behavioral patterns of that particular country, which helps develop your own self. That is number one. Number two, Ronika and others, Ronika, Fahad, Saptarishi talked about the cultural programs that we have, the sports program that we have, which helps you develop yourself and your personality. One of the very important things that we do is we have a system where for the BBA, at the beginning of the 5th semester or middle of the 5th semester, we have aptitude testing. And what is aptitude testing? We ask you to answer some 100 questions in 120 minutes to test your quantitative side of your behavior, of your mental setup. Second, we have group discussions. We tell you how to handle a placement interview. And we have a whole lot of placement team where we have people coming from industry to talk to you, how to behave, how to dress yourself, how to talk. Now there are a set of standard questions which people ask before they get deep into your technical and application knowledge. So we explain to them the meaning of all these things, etc., etc. So there's a whole lot of activities that we do. And because of this, let me tell you, more than 30 to 40% of the corporates come back and say, we need students from DY Patil compared to any other college. And believe me, the normal pay package for a BBA is somewhere around 2 to 3 lakhs. But if you heard what Ronika said, she got a package of 5 lakhs. And one of the reasons for this high package was this holistic development that we did to enhance your personality. And why do we do this? Because it is not only my vision, but the vision of the entire college, the faculties, and the non-teaching staff, is that every student of ours must be a success student. And with this, believe me, colleges which do all of this are bound to succeed. And I can tell you, we are one of those very, very few B schools where the placement track is almost 100%. And I said, even in this era post-COVID, we've obtained already about 80 to 90% of the placements. Yeah, thank you, and God bless all of you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I think it is better to wind up because there are no more questions in the chat box. Yeah, I would, right, before that, if anyone has any questions related to any of the programs, so I request you to call at the number which is put up in the chat box. So Alpha, Dr. Alpha Lokhande, who is also our faculty, she will just put up the numbers of the faculties who will help you in getting to know various courses which we have, various programs that we run or something like that. So if you have any doubts or anything related to that, you can always ask. So Dr. Alpha, I request you to put the number of Dr. Mangesh Jadhav and Prajakta in the chat box so that if they have any questions or any doubts, they can always ask. Right?
Ma'am.
Thank you so much. So I would like to
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Before winding up, I just saw one of the questions on the chat window. I believe it is from Mr. Pradeep Manjrekar.
I have not given any question. Somebody is using my name.
Sir, आप नहीं, sir. Sir, आप नहीं. आप तो doctor हैं. आप नहीं, sir. We have one more question over here. It is talking about how internships would help us, getting a better job in corporate world. So I just wanted to share my experience about this. it's generally said that interns are made to work really hard during the internship period in the companies. Companies use them as free employees or free servants, or many things are said about the interns out there. But what I experienced during my internship was at DY Patil. I did 3 projects. One was live project, which was on field, and 2 were in office internships. So in all, how this internships helped me was when I was on field, when I was walking on the streets of Mumbai in heavy rains and warm sun. So it made me realize the pressure, the sales target pressure, which I would be having down the line, 5 years down the line in my company. And at the same time, the in-office internships give you a sense of how you're supposed to handle yourself in during your office, in front of your managers, in front of your boss, in front of your colleagues. So I feel that this is how internships would be helping us to perform better into the corporate world. I just wanted to add this before finishing the session.
And not only that, when you come out of the internship, our faculties plus one or two of the industry personnel comes and takes a viva. Am I right, Vani?
Yes, sir.
We have to understand from you how much of work you've really done and what is the type of knowledge that you've gained and where you need to develop your skills on this.
Yeah, and not only that, in our institute, we have 2 summer internships, one in the 2nd year and one in the 3rd year, which is very unique to us. So many of the parents also appreciated this in their parent-teacher meeting, and they said that exposure to the industry is something which is very much required, and that is well appreciated everywhere. Yeah.
We don't give internship in the first year because that would be violating the law of the land. That's the reason why we don't give internship in the first year. We start the internship only in the 2nd year and in the 3rd year.
Yes.
Yeah, Vani.
So Dr. Rashmi, I would invite Dr. Rashmi to give a formal vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Vani ma'am. Just before I cast the vote of thanks, I would like to quickly sum up the entire panelists and their discussion. Right from Manjrekar sir, who's been speaking about the BBA and how the opportunities are there as far as the students are concerned. He very well explained what BBA stands, and even Vani ma'am gave a difference between what the course actually means, BBA and BMS. The degrees, only the name is different, whereas the entire syllabus remains the same. We also had our alumni explain their experience and takeaways from DY Patil, deemed to be University School of Management. The practical examples were cited by Ronika, that how communication skills were polished and how there could be an easy transition for a 12th standard student. Many of the parents are basically skeptical about, and the students are also very skeptical about whether they can fit into a new college, a new ambience. Would there be ragging? Would the faculties be considerate about the thing? So Manjrekar sir very well explained the subjects. He titled the subjects and he showcased that these are the following subjects. Ronika placed it very well, stating that the faculties run the entire subjects through simulation exercises. In fact, our director and dean would also agree on the fact that is something called as remedial classes for students who cannot come up to the mark. In fact, most of the students are welcomed by every faculty, to the cubicle at a personal level. So most of our students feel comfortable because we open up the gates for them, irrespective of whatever the discussion is, especially at a BBA level. We do have course coordinators for BBA, that is Gagandeep Nagra and Rashmi Mishra. If they are not comfortable with them, then they can go to the dean also. So this is how the entire system functions at DY Patil. Because, why DY? If you ask, certain examples cited is that there are multiple application hands-on activities which run at our campus, which not only polishes the student content-wise, but also helps the student to mature according to what is the requirement for further education, or as per the industry standards if they plan to get into a job placement. So that's the reason we all look forward, and the DY team is very comfortable in greeting and accepting students. So I think I've summed up what the panelists have mentioned. Before I take a leave, I take this honor to cast a vote of thanks on behalf of D.Y. Patil, Dean to be University School of Management. I thank Dr. R. Gopal, who is the director of our college, for having organized this counseling session. Dr. Pradeep Manjrekar, sir, who's also a very senior person and who's been the speaker of the day today. I also thank Dr. Vani Kamath, who's the dean who manages all the courses. Dr. Sapna Suri, who's been the host of the day. Ronika Juneja, who's, who was our alumni. Saptarishi Majumdar, who is presently with us and who is doing a lot of good work for the institute as well as for himself. Fahad, who's also been a student of ours. So hopefully, I think, everything has been clear from the panels, and we are looking forward, ahead for queries. I also thank Dr. Alpha and Dr. Prajakta, who have been in this, discussion throughout, and thanking the technical team, thanking everybody, all the members who are here to listen to what the webinar talks about. Thank you personally, as well as on behalf of the team out over here. Thank you.
Thank you,
everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much.